Wow. What an episode. What a game changer, right? I mean, absolutely, positively crazy what transpired this episode. In the grand scheme of things, you know, Naofumi's future has possibly been turned upside down in a good way. Now he has someone of literally the second highest prestige in the whole capital, or third highest per se, whenever the queen comes back. And the whole, so he has the third highest, you know, prestige in all the capital to be there for him. But I want to explain why I love this episode. And I always say characters make a show, guys. I mean, if you have really deep characters with really diverse and or just really attractive personalities, and then you have a good story to go with that, you can have a special show. And I'm really starting to feel the weight of Rising the Shield Hero with this episode, because just the characterization, you know, what we find out about these characters through not necessarily what they directly tell us, but about what they indirectly tell us. You know, their reaction to certain things, you know, them not saying this is my story, this is why I am who I am. You can do it that way and it's just fine, but sometimes I like that fresh approach of indirectly doing things. And what I'm getting at is Naofumi telling the person of the third highest prestige in the whole capital, the next person to be in line as ruler, like telling them to get lost, leave. I don't want to help you, even though I helped you before. Now that I know who you are and I know what you can do for me, I know you can clear my reputation. Hell, you just showed that you have more power than your fucking sister. The second in line, the person of the fourth highest prestige in the whole capital, the one that ruined my life for the longest time, and I still don't want to help you. It shows you where Naofumi is, even though we've seen how far he's come. You know, I mean, it's just really special stuff to really kind of make me feel the way I do about Naofumi's character now. I mean, I look at, you know, Subaru from ReZero, and there's so many things they add to his character based off of his reaction to certain things. And you think that Subaru's gone so far, only to know people really take a long time to truly change and to truly trust. And to see that with Naofumi's character, discarding, even though he knows the avenues and pathways this could open up for him by helping the third highest prestige in the capital, just saying, I don't care, I don't trust you, leave me alone. I know what you can do for me, but I don't give a shit, leave me alone. That's crazy to turn down. That's like getting offered, you know, being like the head of Google, the head of YouTube, like director-wise and whatnot. All that money, all, you know, your life set, your kids' life will probably be set, right? For sure. And then their kids' lives will be set. But you turn that down just because you know what kind of company it is, per se. And no, I'm not attacking Google or YouTube, but I'm just using them as an example, obviously. I'm not attacking them. I love Google and YouTube. But I was just using that as an example, you know, just as prestigious company within the world, and turning that down, like, that carries a lot of weight. So that's just kind of exactly what, well, Naofumi just did. Love YouTube, love you Google, but just an example. So that's nuts to see, guys, when you're in the grand scheme of things. So whenever I look at other things that happened in this episode, though, we know that the queen's been watching. We saw one of the assassins, and at the same time, the fact that she goes as far as says, hey, mine, I'm your little sister, and I'm back. I haven't seen you in a while. And you know what? If you don't knock your shit off, I'm telling mom. And you saw mine's like, all right, I'm backing down. I'm backing down. Mine knows she has no control now. Mine knows that she has lost the ability to do anything to Naofumi. She will do things that are definitely probably against, you know, the law. She'll do things that are ill-advised. She'll do things that are illegal. That's what I see coming, and that's what she's been doing anyways. But now someone is watching. You have been caught. You have been told, I will tell the person of the highest authority that you're fucking up and doing things that are not, they're not equal. You're treating someone unfairly based off of a prejudice, a discrimination, because they have because they're the shield hero. And that's going to carry a lot of weight, clearly. Like, you gotta think about, like, if it's a medieval times kind of thing, she could easily be executed. She could easily be thrown in prison for the rest of her life. You know, back in medieval times, they were ruthless about how they treated people, right? I mean, let's look at the false sexual, accusation that was against Naofumi. They said the only reason why he lived was because he's the shield hero. And today, in real life, if someone did that, we would not even think about killing them. Hell, they'd go to prison for a few years, and then they'd be out. So you know what medieval times, you know, how they kind of look at the law. A lot of things are punishable by death that probably shouldn't even necessarily be punishable by death. So just think about the trouble she can get into. Think about what this could do for Naofumi. Think about the rewards he could get for helping the third highest prestige in the capital, man. Like, there's a lot of stuff and a lot of value in him helping her, but his trust, he's so broken, he's still so damn broken to the point to where he can't trust the person that is her sister. Her sister ruined it, and now I mean, that carries weight, man. That carries weight for his character. To me personally, that just tremendously elevated his character for me, because they're pushing it deep, and to this extent, and they're not necessarily showing on the screen all the time, but to this extent, Naofumi's broken than what we thought. Naofumi is farther from becoming healed mentally than we thought. We see him smile. We saw him smile this episode. We saw him laugh a little bit. We see how far Philo and especially Raftalia has brought him. But at the same time, we just realized that they're still dragging him. He's not walking on his own yet. That carries weight. That's impressive. Like, if you can mask something in front of an audience and then you can tell them something completely different and tell them everything that they've seen on screen is false, you know, through words, through an action, and not overdo it like they did, it carries more weight, and that's pretty special. I think if you can hide something as clear as day on the screen, it's pretty special. We already knew he was still not to where he needed to be. But to know that he's actually this broken was something that caught me off guard, and it carried weight with me. That's just me. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty broken. Listen, I don't know if anyone's ever going to be able to do what ReZero did. Like, that's really, you can't really show how broken someone is more than that. Like, he's one of the best, Subaru's one of the best characters of all time. Like, if not, maybe eventually the best character ever. In terms of writing, in terms how you give him the characterization, how you're giving him the growth, how you're giving him the development. But I'm wondering if Naofumi can turn into a special one. I don't think he can reach that height, but I wonder I was impressed with what I saw. I want to see more. You know, last episode we got to see him freaking out whenever, and we really got some characterization. That's why I loved how the scene was orchestrated and set up, because we really got to see who Naofumi was now. Whenever he was freaking out in that curse mode, and we saw what was making him angry. We got to see the visuals. We got to see, you know, we got to hear dialogue. And we know where he was. But we didn't know he was to the point to where he wouldn't even take an offering for someone that could lift him up and put him on a pedestal and make sure he just never fucked with again. Like, I didn't know he was that. We knew who he was mad at. But we didn't know he is mad to this extent to where he'd smack away the hand of someone of that prestige, the hand of someone who can change his life, the hand of someone who just got him out of a shitty situation, right? A situation that the king said was acceptable, stamped, signed, and approved. That carries weight, man. So, other than that, though, first in line to the throne due to Mind's personality. I love it. I love it. First in line to the throne due to Mind's personality. Mom does not like mine. She loves mine, but you can damn well tell she doesn't like mine. Man, your sister's like 8 years younger than you. You're probably like 18 years. She's what? Mine's probably like 20. Younger sister's probably like 13, 14. Man, and she is next in line over you. That's crazy. So, other than that, though, guys, I'm pretty sure that's all I really wanted to talk about. A lot of weight this episode. I think it does. I love indirect characterization sometimes. It's the way you can smack the audience in the face and saying, hey, it looks like someone's come a long way, but they really haven't. So, really special. And the show continuing to give characterization in manners I prefer. So, as always, guys, I will see you guys next time. As always, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter, X25. You guys have been hexed. See you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.